Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is episode 15 of my Dead by Daylight Let's Play series. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you might know that I recently recorded, I think a couple weekends ago, a whole bunch of Dead by Daylight videos and some Sims 4 videos, and for whatever reason I thought my mic was on but wasn't on when I was recording. So today I'm going to be doing a voiceover for this Dead by Daylight Let's Play series, as well as my other videos that I pre-recorded. So I hope you enjoy me doing a voiceover, as well as kind of giving you my reaction of me watching the videos over again, even though I have already lived through it once. Right now I have this screen up, which is just basically showing you guys my daily rituals that I wanted to try to fulfill while I was doing this Dead by Daylight Let's Play. I was doing Blood Dance, which is where I have to heal 3 other survivors for 3 health states, and Wild Dance, which is where I have to be chased for 2 minutes by the killer as Claudette Morel. So the first half of this video is going to be me playing as Claudette Morel, and then the second half is going to be me playing as the killer, the Plague. Because if you don't know, I recently got her, I saved up my Oryx iridescent shards or whatever points and bought her, the Plague. So there we go. And right now in the video I was talking about like what I just said about what I was going to do. And then I was going to show you about how I was offering a chalk pouch, which slightly increases luck. And then I believe I added on a med kit, to heal other survivors. Not a very good one, obviously, but one of the med kits that had like something charges or whatever. And then I added a, let's see, what did I add? A bandage. No, I added a butterfly tape, which slightly increases the healing speed. And then I believe I added the gloves because it also increases the skill check success zones or whatever. And then I tried to discuss right after that the perks that I recently updated with my Claudette Morel and my Nia Carlson. I believe in this video, I'm pretty sure it's this video. So my Claudette Morel has urban evasion now, so she can squat and walk really kind of fast. And in the next video that you guys will see, which is in the episode 16, I have my Nia Carlson have self-care, as well as what is it, empathy, I believe it's called. So, and then right now, as you can see, that's what I was discussing with you guys. And then I was getting ready to go into the next round. So as that occurs, I will be back with you guys when we are actually in the round like I would a normal video. So I'll see you then. Okay guys, here we are in the round, and I believe my first thought was that I wanted to look for other survivors. Like I wanted to hide at first, but then I wanted to look for other survivors because, again, one of my daily rituals was that I had to heal 3 other survivors. So my main goal in this whole round was that I wanted to heal other people. So I wanted to look for other people so that I could heal them, so that I could get that daily ritual, because I think it was like 30,000 blood points or 25,000 blood points. I don't know, but it was a lot of blood points. And so as you'll see right now, I'm kind of heading in this direction, and I'm, kind of squatting and kind of hiding to make sure I don't get caught by the killer. But then I look over towards my right, I believe, within the next couple seconds, to see where the person is who's been downed, so that I can unhook them off the hook and then heal them. And I do think I do it. again, I don't quite remember. I'm pretty sure I did. As I'm rewatching this, I'm pretty sure I unhooked them or got there and somebody else unhooked them, and then I was trying to heal them, but you'll see that I kind of rubber band in this round. And I have noticed that in this specific round, I do remember that at the end of the chat, which you guys won't see, but at the end of the chat when we were all chatting, I wasn't the only one who was rubber banding in this round. So it actually wasn't from me recording. Actually, other people had a bad connection to this killer's connection. So I don't feel too bad now that it kind of looks all choppy and laggy a bit. And as you can see, I try to heal, but for whatever reason kept rubber banding past them, and so like wasn't able to actually heal. And I was pressing the button and everything, but it kept rubber banding me past so that I wouldn't be able to heal them. So right now I believe one of the people over here was hit, and I realized that it was the Wraith, or I realized it was the Wraith a couple minutes ago. Again, I can't really hear what's going on because in order to do a voiceover, it's not letting me hear anything. So I'm assuming that I heard the Wraith earlier. Now at this point, I believe that I was going to go for this person over here, but then they got unhooked. And then I wanted to look for the person who actually was being hooked. And then they got off. So then I was like, okay, so that's when I was hiding from the Wraith because I knew that he was over in this area. But I wanted to find the person who was injured so that I could heal them. And I actually believe this Meg Thomas comes over here and I'm actually able to heal her while the Wraith focuses on that dude. And so as you see, I'm able to heal her. And I gotta say, I think she used up the majority of my med kit when I was doing it, which kind of was like, okay, well, I was hoping the med kit was going to last a little bit longer than that, but no, yeah, see, she actually used up my whole med kit as I was healing her. But at least I didn't do any skill checks. And then if I remember correctly, I walked in here and I was going to get this person off the hook, but she got him off the hook, and then that's when the Wraith was coming. And I tried to do these circles like I always do so that they'll try to hit me but won't be able to, and all it does is look really laggy. But my intention was that I would run around in circles and they would try to hit me but wouldn't, and then I would be able to get like that chase that goes on, because remember one of the other daily rituals was that I had to be chased, so I was hoping that when I do that it makes the chase go on a little bit longer so that the 120 seconds or 2 minutes that it takes for me to be chased will kind of add up really fast. And so I was here waiting for somebody to rescue me, and I believe it's that new character. I can't remember his name, but I believe it was him. And then, you know, the Wraith gets me, and I was healing myself knowing full well that the Wraith was coming. It also doesn't help that the same button that I used to run and heal and to do generators is the same button. Because I don't know if you guys know, but I don't play this game with I don't play like the keyboard with this game. I do it with a controller. And the only time that I actually do use the actual keyboard is when I have to fight off the entity like I'm doing right now. I use the spacebar because it's easier for me to fight off the entity that way. Whereas if I had to do the controller that I use, it's much harder. So I use the spacebar. But yeah, so that's the only time I actually use the keyboard controls. Otherwise, I don't know how people do it with the keyboard. I find that much harder. A controller for me is a lot easier to play this game. And then I stand there because I know he's going to get me anyway, so I just kind of stand there. Actually, to be honest, I was a little upset that the David King got me off the hook to try to distract the killer from himself. But honestly, it's just a game and I don't care. If anything, I think I was healing myself. I was recovering, but it didn't really do much. And I tried to wiggle out, but again, it didn't do anything. At the end of the round, you'll see that I you'll see that how far I progressed in my daily rituals. Like for the healing thing, I got one which counted as the Meg Thomas, and then I think it was like 5 seconds or 10 seconds or something like that for the being chased. And you'll see right now. Yeah, oh, it's 12 seconds. Okay, well, that was pretty good for this first round. And then the second round, I go into playing the plague. So I believe I was saying, like all the stuff I was saying before, and then we went into playing the plague. So I shall see you when we are playing the plague. Okay, so here we are with the plague. And I think here I was just talking about how like I bought her with the iridescent shards or whatever. Because I don't think I've played her before on this channel. I don't think so. And then I was talking about how I leveled her up to level 10, and then talking about the different perks I had. Like one of the perks was the one where it's corrupt intervention, so like the generators closest to the survivors when the round starts they can't do. And then I did the unrelenting, which is basically where I recover from missed attacks really fast. And then I believe the last one is Insidious, which is where if I stand still for 4 seconds, my terror radius goes away. And so they can't hear me. And then I just was talking about how I did this, which increases the length of time for the vomit. And I believe this is the same thing as well. And then I just put on like a spotted owl wreath as the offering because it's in the hunting category, because as we all know, I'm not a very good killer, so this is basically just me going to be hunting them and kind of like practicing her. So I will see you when we actually get into the round. And yeah, so like I said, I will see you when we get into the round. Okay, so here we are with the plague. And also I'm sorry about like my wind chimes in the background. As my channel name, describes, I live in Arizona, so it gets hot here, and right now it's been like hot lately. And so I have my air conditioning on, and for whatever reason I thought it was a good idea that you can place wind chimes in front of the air conditioning vent so that every time the air conditioner comes on you hear like wind chimes. Probably not the best for recording, but yeah. And yeah, I saw Jake Park and then ran right into a wall. So, like I said, and I was doing this while I was recording. So again, that's why it was laggy. This time I know it was me being laggy. But then I also think it's because of the new update that they did too. They did like a new update as well where like the level kind of disappears on you if you don't exit out at a certain point. And I think that the update kind of affected this as well, because I realized that when they do the updates, it, for whatever reason, it goes a little bit slow for me. And then after like a day or two of them fixing whatever like kinks they have with their updates, then it works normal for me. This is even when I'm not recording, which I don't know why that is a thing, but it is. And then, so the whole point of this was like I was going around to the generators that were being fixed so that they would get like the plague or whatever when they were doing it. And the storyline that I was doing was that she had acid reflux, that she had had bad lunch or something and got food poisoning or whatever, or acid reflux from eating like a really good meal or something. That was the story that I was going with this, to kind of make it funny, because as we all know, I'm not a very good killer and I probably never will be, so that's that. And I was also trying to practice with the vomiting so that like I could sit and vomit on the vomit on the generators and pallets and stuff like that. I was kind of practicing because I noticed that if you don't have your character facing a certain way, like up and down or whatever, she's not going to be able to vomit on some of that stuff. So you have to be very specific. It's kind of like the huntress when she's aiming a axe at somebody. You have to be very specific about which way you're aiming and what you're looking at so that you can aim it right. And I believe that I was close to getting some of the survivors, but as we all know, I really wasn't. I just more or less scared them, and for the most part was just kind of walking around testing out like the different things that the plague does. And I do believe later on in this round I do get somebody with the vomit, but then like 5 seconds later they heal themselves, so it really wasn't like I got anybody. And I believe I was standing here because I knew somebody was over here because of the fact that they had just fixed this generator. And I was standing there to see if I couldn't see them out of the corner go left or right. And that's why I was standing there for the longest time, because I was hoping that they would do something. Oh, I believe there's a Meg Thomas in this, in that closet thingy. I forget what it's called. I believe she's in there, so I'm pretty sure she's in there. And then I dropped her because, like I said, I'm not a very good killer, so even if I had put her on the hook, before I would have done it, she probably would have wiggled out. So at this point, I just kind of let her go and wanted to vomit on her to see what that was like to do. And then I believe, I don't remember if I picked her back up and was going for a hook, or like if she wiggled out or something. I kind of don't remember. I just wanted to make sure that I vomited on her. If anything, I think she might have healed herself and got up. I kind of don't remember. I'm pretty sure that I did get her with the vomit, but as for picking her up, I don't remember if I did. So I guess we'll see if I did that or not. All I can... Oh, and I will say that if you have a thing about people vomiting and it makes you want to vomit and it makes you kind of feel sick, then you probably don't want to watch this round. Yeah, I did pick her up. But I do think she escaped before I could actually hook her because there wasn't a hook nearby. And she was wiggling, and I think I got really close to this hook, and then, yeah, see, she got off. And then she ran, and I believe like 5 seconds later she went to the pool thing or whatever and drank the pool stuff, which I think you might hear the sound here in a couple seconds. And I chased her over here, I believe, and she gave me the runaround because, again, I'm not a good killer. And then she drinks from that pool thing, and then I think that's when I drink the corruption. And the corruption, I believe that when you drink that, it's you will the next survivor that you vomit on will instantly be taken down, and then you can pick them up and take them to like the hooks or whatever. But that didn't happen for me. I wasted the corruption because I'm an idiot. So yeah. As you can hear, she was even drinking the pool water while I was outside. So I had plenty of time to go inside and stop her, but didn't because, like I said, I'm not a good killer and I'm really stupid. So she drank that, got better. I went inside, and then I saw the pool there, and then that's when I went and drank the corruption. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get this person, and I'm going to, get them, and I'll knock them down with this corruption, and then I'll be able to get somebody on the hook, maybe, but... Like I said, we all know I'm not very good at playing a killer, so that didn't happen. And instead, she threw this cardboard thing down, and I broke that. So, our pallet down, cardboard. That's stupid. And then, because I was doing all this shit, they got all the generators done, and I came over here and wanted to block this exit so that they couldn't escape. And they started it, but I think they heard me coming. And I do believe that I puked onto the actual opening thing here. And then just kind of waited by it to see if any other survivors were going to come over. Then I just basically held in the vomit and waited for like a survivor to come up and try to undo the door so that I could puke on them. And I believe I waited here at this door for a long time. and because somebody was still left inside and in the round, and this was right before the update, so this was right before like the round was gonna like instantly like kick you out so that nobody could teabag you. I waited here for a long time, but I edited it out, and I think you're about to see where like it edits. And then I go and walk towards the next exit gate door where somebody, like I said, was waiting for me, and they were teabagging me, and I do believe I did vomit on them right as they were leaving. And to me that felt like a win, because I was able to vomit on them even when I was just testing this out and just trying to figure out how to do all this stuff as the plague. So that was a win for me. And I'm gonna stick with that. And as you can see, I do puke on this, like I said I did, and I think here in the next couple seconds is when you'll see the edit. See? And then I go and, you know, to the next exit gate and try to puke on whoever was just waiting there, because I literally waited at that exit gate for like a good, I would say, 10 minutes. So whoever it was like, I don't know, checking lockers, sitting there getting like loot out of chests or whatever, doing like totems, I don't know, but they were like there for a long ass time. So that's why I edited it out, because it was just me standing there waiting. And as you'll see, I actually get them as they're teabagging. I hit them right as they leave, and that scares them to the point where they leave, which I thought was funny. Then I spend like 5 seconds after the round ends telling you about the stuff that I already told you about, the, you know, daily ritual stuff and how much I did or whatever, to kind of summarize stuff. And then we go back to where it's the, you know, killer thing. And I just was telling you what I usually tell you, which is thank you for watching my content. And I hope you guys loved this episode 15 of my Dead by Daylight Let's Play series. And feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for, you know, putting up with the way that I did today's episode and how I'll do the next several couple episodes. And I will see you guys next time. And again, thank you for watching my content. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.